I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and in today's live stream, I'm exhausted, but good. Everything's going really well here. I'm really excited to get to see you guys. So sorry for missing last Thursday. We were just so busy getting ready for OzCon, and we it just didn't happen. I'm so sorry. So I tried to not do that. Also, OzCon was incredible. Just checking. I'm not. There we go. Hey, Bex. Ah, no, you didn't miss the live stream. Hey, Buttons. Hey, Amber. Hey, Yvette. It's good to see you guys. We had a really good time at OzCon. We were nonstop busy, like, the whole weekend. The convention took fabulous care of us. I was honored to be their YouTube guest. So I was like, I don't know, it made me feel all warm and fuzzy and stuff. Hey, Amy. Hey, Laura. Hey, Gwen. Oh man, though, I'm just whooped. Like, I don't know how Randy and I used to do it. Going to a convention every single weekend. Like, we've got Anime St. Louis this weekend, and I'm like, I need like a 3-day nap before I go and do this. So, and of course, the app crashed. Please don't do this to me today, phone. I don't want to. I was listening to CT Davis sing and it stopped to complain the fun. Right on, Amber. You okay? Gravity. Hey, Sparkies. Okay, so some announcements. First off, today's giveaway. I want to apologize first off that I haven't had the amount of fairy houses that I was trying to get put together. What was I saying? Today's giveaway is this chainmail sampler. It is each of the ring sizes that Randy and I coil and cut. It's wrapped up in saran wrap, that way it won't open whenever I mail it. But this goes to Renee Hay. Congratulations. Oh, Kristen, good luck with what you're doing. Oh. But, focus on. OzCon was awesome. Congratulations to Renee for winning. We will have another giveaway, hopefully a fairy house next Tuesday, but with us being gone all weekend, no promises. So, but we will be, getting back to doing fairy houses. So, Amelia says, I'm an A2, getting a second injection in right knee. Ooh, goodness. Anime St. Louis is this weekend. That's in St. Charles, Missouri. We will be at booth number 200, I think. We'll have our lights and our corner set up. Jeremy, the guy who puts on Anime St. Louis, is very good to us. Man, I've said it before and I say it again, but if every convention were like Anime St. Louis, our job would have been so much easier for, ever. So, hey, Haro. Oh, I'm glad you like what we're doing. Hey, Sam. Oh, no, I hope you get to feeling better. Can only see you, no CC nor live, I guess. Well, I'm not sure what you mean, Camellia. Would you ever consider going to WindyCon? I actually got an email. I don't know if that was from you, but I would really consider going to WindyCon. It's just a matter of getting everything to line up. Hey, Valerie. Have to garden, supposed to rain tomorrow, right? I finally finished getting my bulbs in the ground yesterday, so that was really nice. Hey, Sabrina. Next announcement, logo mugs that are very much in concept similar to this one, but also completely different because they're shaped differently, not the same color, and they have a logo on it, but they are also mugs. They are up on our Etsy store, which I didn't put links down into the video description before. Come on, Vaughn, you can do this. But yeah, if you find me on Etsy, if you go to my store, backtoearthcreations.com, and click shop, it will take you to my Etsy you can buy mugs. I'm so tired. I am like, do you do any local stuff around you or just mainly cons? Michael, I really only do one local event, and that's the Maple Leaf Festival in October, and we haven't registered for it yet because we don't know if we're going to do the Mid-South Ren Fair in Memphis in October instead. We don't know yet. But, we don't really do a whole lot of local stuff, and I don't know why. It's like, if I'm gonna leave my house, it's gonna be for like an excursion. Otherwise, I just hide inside my house. Thanks, Kristen. But no, mugs are up for sale on our Etsy store for pre-orders. The more pre-orders we can kind of get in, I might be able to knock that price down a little bit, maybe. Because we'll be able to order in like super duper bulk. Also, we have art prints and cosplay prints up on the Etsy store now, as well as I made another batch of free Shavakadu avocado earrings for you guys to purchase, because I gotten some messages being like, oh no, I missed it. So I made a big batch and I have them up for sale on our Etsy as well. That way you can get your fresh avocados on. Still hands down my favorite earrings. I don't know, like this week. Hey Kristen, she says I absolutely love your videos. Thank you. Also, May 24th through 27th, Randy and I will be with World of Strange at the Phoenix Comic Fest in Phoenix, Arizona. So that's going to be really exciting to get to go and see New Mexico and like kind of early summer desert, which I think is so beautiful. It's been like 2 years since we were out that way last, but man, it was gorgeous. Diane says you keep freezing. Yeah, I'm live streaming off of my phone and it has to go to space, so I don't really know what to do about that. But we only have 2 packages today, so we got nice Etsy noises, but I'm muting that. So sorry, like the whole phone shook and everything. I'm so sorry that just happened in your ears. You're helping me get through some tedious leather carving just listening to y'all. Dave C. Well, hey, Dave. What are the dates again? The dates are May 24th through 27th. If you're in the area, you can... That woke you up, right, Bex? Made me jump, too. You can go to the Phoenix Comic Fest website, and get like badges and stuff and see like they've got some really big guests there. We're just going with our t-shirt friends, like helping them in their booth, so I get to kind of like lollygag around a bit. Make Randy do all the work. No, not really, but kind of. That was making your Etsy store a favorite. Amber. I'm trying my first polymer clay cane. I needed lemon slices, so I braved the cane adventure. Right on! Canes are so much fun. Actually, my very first polymer clay project was a watermelon like cane in its slices, and it didn't look anything like a watermelon. But I called it watermelon saltwater taffy though, because it did look like that, all like smushed and mangled. Hey Mary. So I'm going to open up the 2 packages. And that's just to let you guys know, do you like stained glass? I do. I've always wanted to try it. Like, I think that'd be really cool. Sorry, I'm a little, like, congested, too. I don't know if Randy and I caught conkled or what. But, if you guys have a question, if you could type in at YVONNE with a capital Y, space, capital WILLIAMS, and that way it would, like, it'll make it orange. Man, I'm tired. Randy and I have been spring cleaning all morning, so we almost got the back porch, like, taken care of. Woo. What? Hickory, what? Where, is there a thank you note? Sorry, I saw what it was before I found the thank you note. Sherry says, hi Yvonne, safe for reading online. This is a 2-part gift. I hope they arrive together. Maybe a time lapse of the project. Want to do one myself someday. With much love, Sherry. Thanks, Nikio. This is a solar fountain pump. Ah! And I cannot wait to put this together. Randy. Solar fountain pump.
So neat.
From Sherry.
Thank you, Sherry.
Ooh. So it's got a little thingy. I'm going to read the instructions. There's the instructions. What did I do with them? There they are.
Instructions for
Instructions are for learning. Fancy, right? Well, I don't want cords going everywhere. And honestly, having stuff plugged into the house is probably a fire hazard. Sam says, no question, just wanted your attention. Sam.
The second time you said this time. This stream. I was back there counting.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's not that bad. Just, really? Are you going to heckle me for saying,
You can pick a different word.
What would you like for me to say? Like? Okay, well, what we're doing here is put the product into water, making sure that... Don't heckle me for saying, Why wasn't there a live stream on Thursday? Did I miss an announcement about it or something? Hey, Oak, I didn't have a live stream on Thursday because I did not get my act together. Like, just... Mickey was like, no, not like. But, like, I could so totally... I can't even take myself seriously if I do that. Restart. The fountain pump will restart automatically in 3 seconds when bright sunlight shines directly on the solar panel without any shade. I am trying to get better about not saying so much. Weren't you getting ready for the con? I was, Mary, but it's like... And I'm saying, like, crap. Stop it, Randy. No, I'm so tired. I just want to go to bed. I don't think... But this is so nice. I'm going to read about this. So, speaking of likes, thank you for the like on my first Dragon Eye I posted on Facebook. That was awesome, though, Gigi. It was easy. Like, I wish they had more like buttons. The pump does not store any solar energy power, and it is driven directly by the... Cool, I don't have to pre-charge it. If the sunlight is weak, the pump will repeat starting automatically until there's enough sunlight to recover for continuous work. Please don't fart at me. It makes me need to poop. Whenever you say, but, I mentally finish it. Right on. Oh, this is so cool. It comes with the little fountain attachments and the little... I'm going to have to put this together. I'll make a video for you, Sherry, about putting this together out in the yard to see how it works. So... Tristan says, my hubby heckles me even when I say like correctly. All words are made up anyways, so...
Really?
What? They are. We just agreed upon their, like, mutual meaning. For the most part. I say but, and I always want to finish it with tss, too, but it makes me giggle when I catch myself. Butts. Boots, 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 boots. Okay. Thank you so much, Sherry. That's wonderful. I wonder if this other one is from you as well. Let's open it. So I dressed up as Miss Frizzle for the first time and at OzCon on Sunday, and I lost the pair of avocado earrings that I was gonna wear. I didn't have my Liz the iguana, like my Liz the lizard, or my magic, so I was basically just, I looked like a school teacher. OzCon was a lot of fun. We ended up having 2 booths instead of just the one, and so we didn't have our full setup because we brought just the stuff for one booth, but it still worked out. It worked out pretty good. Ooh. I'm not gonna check and see what it is first though. I want to read the note. That's what happened last time. Is that the note?
I don't know.
Is that the note?
I don't know.
Yes, that's the note. Okay. Ah, it's also from Sherry. Free Shabakadoo. Hi Yvonne, safe for reading online. Thank you for everything you do. Right on, it's a duplicate of the other. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Thank you for everything you do to share your love of art and for inspiring me to just jump in and finally find my way to express my creative side. Future is bright. Hugs and love, Sherry. What is it? I wonder. It's styrofoam. It's another pump.
Seriously?
Yes. Oh, Sherry. We can have water in the background during the videos now. Oh, this is so cool. Now this one plugs in though, because for in the shade garden, it doesn't get enough sunlight. Which I'm really excited. My lotus has started,
Coming back to life?
Yes, my Lotus has started coming back to life. Hey, Lisa, I just finished up opening the last bit of mail from Sherry. Crafty, the glass did get here. I opened it last Tuesday. It got here after the live stream, and I was like,
we actually had to go pick it up.
Yeah, we had to go pick it up at UPS because they were like, we can't deliver it to a Dropbox, or not Dropbox, PO box, whatever the thing is. Little pump attachments. Eee! Thank you. This makes me so happy. Thank you so much. Like, I'm really excited to... Oh, that noise hurts my teeth. I made the live stream. Wow. Hey, Jerry. Okay, I'm going to set that right there. And we'll set that right there. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee for the first time this stream. I love it, Crafty. I can't wait to start using it. Okay, so some Q&A time. You all have my undivided attention, and Randy is helping me moderate, so start laying on the questions. If I don't get to your question, send it again. And I'm going to repeat, if you can have it where it's at Yvonne with a capital Y space Williams with a capital W, it'll highlight it in orange. So, I missed your mail opening last time, but I watched it. So glad you liked the things I said. Thank you so much, Tina. Colette says, hi, Vaughn and Randy. Just got back from a Zumba session and yay, made the live stream. Whoop. So happy I signed up on your Patreon yesterday. Thank you so much, Laura. I'm really excited, actually, to be sending out this month's Patreon packages. So those will get sent out on probably the 9th. I imagine the 10th at the latest. So, because we've got everything kind of lined up already. I'm not sure I believe you have undivided attention. You get, like, you've got the most of it that you're going to get today. Like, when are you and Randy coming to Australia? I don't know yet. I don't have my passport yet, so not within, like, the next 6 months, I'm positive. But one day. Can you do more polymer clay videos, especially at things I wish I had known when I got into it style of video? Yes, that's a really good idea. And, check this out. I got this paper for writing on.
You still my list?
No. You also have your list over there. I got my own notepad. I just had to find my pen. Okay, so things I wish I had known.
Are there any other conventions that you were planning?
A sec, I'm writing. I had known. Are there any other conventions? We're going to, what's it called? Phoenix Comic Fest in Phoenix, Arizona. And then we're basically off in June, which we really need that time just to enjoy life a little bit, you know. And then in July, we're going to be at Tokyo and Tulsa. And then in August, we haven't heard back from, I don't know, there's still a couple of them that we haven't heard back from. But SawesomeCon might have us as guests. Then we'll be vending at Tokyo and Tulsa. And then I haven't heard back from CosplayCon. I don't know. So much stuff is still up in the air. Janine says, what do you think is easier for a beginner like me, wire work or chainmail? Really, both can be equally difficult and easy, if that makes sense. Like, some people pick up wire wrapping, no problem at all. Some people pick up chainmail, no problem at all. But it could just be, I don't know, chainmail, you kind of follow a pattern, doing the same thing over and over, like opening and closing the ring, whereas wire wrapping can be much more free form. So whichever you think might work better for you.
What was this week's winner's prize?
Ooh, Laura, oh, thank you. This week's winner was...
Yeah, I know who it was. What they win?
They won the chainmail kit. Congratulations, Renee Hay, on winning this chainmail sampler. I want to have my cards indicate homemade Ever. Or what's a homemade Ever? Homemade beaver. Gotcha.
When are you coming to Texas?
Oh, I'm not sure when we're coming to Texas yet. We might be going down for Thanksgiving to see family, but again, all of that is still very up in the air. Where do you do for Randy in June for his birthday? I don't know. Randy hasn't really expressed
I usually work on my birthday.
Yeah, this will be the first year in a really long time that we haven't had a convention on your birthday.
That's true.
So that'll be pretty neat. I'm just starting to get into polymer clay, but it's a lot to take in, so I'm a little lost on where to start to build good skills. The best advice that I can give when starting out on polymer clay is to decide what it is that you're going to make. Are you going to make a pendant? Are you going to make some earrings? Are you going to make a bracelet? Are you going to make a fairy house? And so the end purpose of what you're making can help determine kind of how you get there, if that makes sense. Sure not to add using original Sculpey in the pasta machine. Yeah, right? That super soft white stuff. Ugh. If you'd like, I can send you a mermaid pearl. Oh my gosh, Tina. That would be amazing. Can you do a tutorial on how to make hairpins with wire wrap and or chainmail? Sure, Scott. I've got it written down as hairpins / clips because some people, like, clips won't hold but pins will, and other people vice versa. So Village Inn, what do you think? Oh, I'm not certain. I would like to see a wire wrap pendant video, Dreamcatcher, sometime. Okay. I've always wanted to try that project, so that would be a lot of fun. What's your opinion on extruder and which one do you recommend? Okay, that's a really good question. I love extruders. They are awesome. They do things that no other tool can, and they can make getting certain effects so much easier. The extruder that I like best is the one with the crank handle. I think it's a Walnut Hollow brand, though I could be mistaken. It could be like Sculpey brand or something, but the one where you have to push on the end is murder. Like, it is so difficult to like cram it through, whereas with the crank one, it just the physics of the little spiral, like it does all the hard work. Crafty says it's like crocheting or knitting. Kind of, but with pliers and metal. So hi, Lee in Australia. What inspired you to do paint and acrylic? What inspired you, and do you paint and acrylic? I tried to do some acrylic pouring, but more often than not, I use acrylic paints in my costuming and stuff. But I'm inspired all the time by things in nature. Like, honestly, what very first motivated crafting was I would like find pretty rocks, and I'm like, I want this on my body. So it's like I started wire wrapping pretty rocks. But I'm very inspired by belly dance, by the Fae realm, by anything Celtic, and like kind of just Lord of the Rings, like so much stuff. I'm inspired all the time. So do you ever use a torch to bale wire or to ball wire? I have done a touch, but there are no really good tutorials I have found like you make. Cindy, I haven't tried that. I'm still kind of afraid of fire, and I haven't ordered my fire bricks yet because I'm a bad person. But I really, once I get those fire bricks, I'll be able to really start doing a little bit with fire. Oh, Tracy says, I wish you could come to England. I think that would be so much fun. Sabrina, Randy's birthday is June 4th.
Very next life.
Do it. Oh.
You're way far back.
I am pretty far behind. I want to make fairy houses, but I also make crochet hook handles sometimes because it's super easy. That's cool. How to get concrete to stick to glass? I have no idea. Like, I would look for something that would stick to a non-porous surface, because usually they'll stick pretty okay to a porous surface also. But I don't know. I know people have done it. Walnut Hollow, right on. How to get concrete to stick to glass. Oh, sorry. Sculpey has the Thumb Buster squish model. Yeah, right? The Thumb Buster, yeah. I'll send you a mermaid cage. Do you have a color preference on the pearl? Like, no. Just send me whatever you think is pretty. Kizzy, stop eating your feet. Has your work ever felt laborious? Yes. So much, because we can't just take breaks whenever we want to. We have to keep video production up, we have to keep inventory up, we have to, I mean, so many different things that, and it's my own fault for trying to do all this different stuff all the time, but it's definitely a job. And I probably take it a little too personally whenever people are like, why don't you get a real job? Or like, and I say people, but it's mostly my family. Or like, why don't you get a real job? Or like, you know, oh, well, you know, oh, wait, isn't that great to just get to sit around and do that all day whenever I have to go to my job? And it's like, well, you know, work's work, you know, just because I don't have pants on doesn't mean that I'm not working. Ooh, that's nice to know, Sherry. A drill attachment. Your flower child born late. I'm just the next batch of seedling flower childs. Ooh, how about a bead and wire-wrapped seahorse shaped pendant? Right on. I know I've made one out of polymer clay before that I had a lot of fun on.
Light or Sparkies?
Toaster oven for polymer clay, or should I use a big kitchen oven? I have a spare toaster oven I could devote to polymer clay, but would it burn? Laura, I use both. Whenever I make a fairy house that's too big to fit in my toaster oven, I just heat up my regular oven. The only times that you're gonna have to worry about burning is if your oven runs hot, and so if you get like an external thermometer and just like test it, then you can gauge from there. Just keep an eye on your heat. You can dome foil over it to kind of keep more heat off of it and like distribute it a little bit better. Have you ever tried a wire cage around a suspended stone? I haven't, but that would be so cool. Sam's a Gemini too. I love my torch. Don't be scared. Such pretty ideas I'm sure you could come up with. Then you can give tips. Right on, Cindy. There's one. Do you have more questions for me, Randy? I totally get you. My family thinks I have all the free time being an artist too. Between being an artist and running my business to sell, I have no time. Yeah, and that's socially like from like all of my friend relationships. Either the friend is very sympathetic to I don't just have weekends free, or they also do something similar to what I do, so we can like meet on like a Wednesday or something, you know. Amber says that's what they tell CT about his singing. He quit his real job and started driving for Uber so he could have a flexible schedule for gigs. If it pays the bills, it's a real job. Amen. And also, you're running a very successful business. They don't get to criticize your choice of career. Thank you, Laura. You've seen us though back before it was successful. Like it was, I would have been worried for Randy and I too, but we were kids. We didn't have kids. We had no, you know, no one else was relying on us. So we decided it was okay to take that risk. They had cute fairy house, but made with kids' shoes and clay. Ooh. I heard stuff like that as an art major in college. Oh, you have an easy major. You don't ever have to work. Haha. The best job is one where you're doing something you love. Yeah, I don't know. I figure people, if they're going to be angry and spiteful, they're going to be angry and spiteful towards everyone for everything. So I cheat with my toaster oven. It came with a broiler pan that I flip over in the rack, slide above the rack, and then the clay rather than fight it with foil. Sure, that's a real good idea. I've made a crap ton of earrings and jewelry, but I'm not certain how to transport it all to events. How do you transport your smaller jewelry pieces? Actually, do you see that tackle box underneath that other box right there? That's chock full. Well, it's pretty empty right now. That's one of our inventory tackle boxes. And so we actually just each of the tackle box trays we'll put in, like, let me pull one out for you. So you can see here, it just, the front folds down and then slides in, which is great because then it's out of the way for in the booth. But here you can see, these were actually those earrings from that one tutorial that are blurry. But all the ones that are similar style, we have in a compartment together. I keep them individually tagged. Here's a bunch of other earrings that I really like. Kind of just little metal raven heads. Pretty cool. Still blurry. But yeah, we just put them all together in the tray like that. So that's how, and same concept for the necklaces, but we have bigger, deeper trays for that. Same thing for finger rings. And you can see our stock's severely depleted. I really need to get on that.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim. Okay, I want to say thank you for Patreon package each month. I love new things to work with. I like having unique items that make me work outside the box. Right on. I'm really glad you like them that we're sending. I lost my hair tie. Is that a hair tie? No.
They need an avocado pendant.
Ah, we do need an avocado pendant. Hey, Randy, do you know where my hair ties are?
Yeah, and that,
Ah, right there. I looked right past it.
Are you ever coming to Ohio?
We would love to come to Ohio. We were just there for Gem City Comic Con.
Like a month ago.
Was that a month ago? Hush, puppy.
So.
I'd love to go for Ohio Con if they'd have us. Hey, stop working. You get worked at every day.
Where do you find the time to do everything you do and make inventory?
I don't know. I don't know how I do.
Well, we just don't.
I don't know how I get anything done because honestly, we don't have any inventory made. No, and I did miss you, Jim. It's been a minute. Where do you get your earring back pieces? I get the little rubber backs in like 1,000 pack on Amazon. It's 100% worth the like $3 or whatever it is.
I just joined. What's the storage chest called, please?
The storage chest, it's a tackle box from like Gander Mountain. That one I think we might have gotten at Academy. It's a Plano brand tackle box. It's like $50, which is ridiculously expensive to me because I'm like, that's a lot of beads. But the handle never rips out. It's like I've gotten, well, on this one it doesn't.
It hasn't.
On some of the older ones, the model is kind of messy, and the handle will rip out. But do you use a database of any kind to keep up with your inventory and supplies? Nope. No, we tried to at first. That was the first thing we stopped doing. As soon as it got busy, we were like, nope. No, we don't. Avocado pendant. Yeah. No, I get like 12 hours of sleep a night. I don't know what's wrong with me because we function on like a weird, like we'll sleep for about 10 to 12 hours and then we'll stay up for like 16 to 18 hours and then we'll sleep for 10 to 12 and then we'll get up. And so it's, we keep like, we don't function on a 24-hour schedule where it's like, we're on Jupiter time. What is Jupiter time? I don't know. We wouldn't be on schedule then either. But what I've been doing that has been working out really well for me here lately and keeping everything kind of juggled together is color-coded day planner. And this, I've been using it since way back in the year. Like since the beginning of the year. Like you can see I don't write in it every day, or I didn't at first, but you can also see here I'm getting to where I write in it every single day now. And this is, I will go through and write in everything that I need to do. If you're just starting out and you feel very overwhelmed, prioritize to your top 5 things you have got to get done today. And then as you do them, mark them off the list. And then I have like a sub list of stuff that I also need to do for, it's like if I get halfway through a project, I'll write down, finish this thing, like this is where I left off. And it's like having a personal assistant. You just have to like be also your personal assistant and be like, hey, you didn't finish doing this, go back and do that after, like notes. And like we have post-it notes now and I've started labeling things, and it's like I am not an organically, like naturally organized person. But I understand organization and it does work. And so even though I'm prone to making piles of crap everywhere, as I look at this giant pile that is a 9-foot long table that I need to organize. I know, and I cleaned it off like a week ago. But yeah, so that's how I get anything done. And then also like Randy helps me a lot. Like I'll be like, hey, can you do laundry? And he'll take care of it.
Crap, I'm supposed to do laundry.
Yep. So it's basically the only way I get anything done is I have a personal assistant who loves me. Thanks, Sarah. Do you think there could be a market for tooled leather guitar cases? Yes, I do think so, Dean. So, yeah, do it. That'd be so cool. Sam says, 2 questions. Do you sell your jump rings? Kind of. To answer that. And 2, I have tried chainmail because I love how it looks so much, but I just can't seem to get it. Any suggestions? Possibly pick the weave that I recommend to people to try out first is spiral chain. It's very repetitive. Once you get past the 5th ring, you've got it. It's what I teach whenever I teach classes, and I've never had anyone not get it. Like, well, there's that one person that we basically had to do it for them. But after like the 10th ring, they were doing it too. So it's, if you want to do it, you can do it. And yeah, and then just kind of build from there, because the more you kind of wrap your head around it, it's like with crochet, you usually don't start off with a fully intricate like inlay shawl, like shawl, shawl or something. You start off with like a single crochet hat or scarf, or not even a hat. Hats are complicated. You just do it. So chainmail is kind of like that too. You need to kind of pick a project. There's a schedule I keep if I don't work. Unfortunately, these days I have a job that I hate. LOL. Right, Amber? That can be really rough. You sleep and wake like me. You need to plan it on a 36-hour schedule, right? Can you make an avocado pendant to go with my avocado earrings? I think I'll do that, Sabrina. Do you want like just the half with the pit in it? Yay, made the live stream. Hey, Starcat. I see the big picture rather than details, so lists of things to do can become extensive and somewhat overwhelming. And Mary, that's where it really helps to pick 5. Because worst case scenario, you got 5 things done today. And that's, if you can't get it done within like an hour, maybe, budget your time a little bit differently. But if one of them's like do dishes, or if one of them is list something, or list things to your online store, you can, or shower, or sometimes get basic with it just to start yourself off, because I am also a very big picture person, and it's like, I'm like, I need to do everything right now, and then nothing gets done. So, Vaughn and Randy, if you don't keep an inventory of parts, how do you budget for parts? Hubby keeps asking how I can budget for and price items that I don't have a stock count on. We estimate quite a bit. Like typically, if it's labradorite, like I'll have paid anywhere from $10 to $15 for a 16-inch strand of 10 millimeter, and that just comes from that long of experience. Like, so we know to kind of price things a little bit differently, and then also always round up. Like, you need money. We all need money. But whenever we make earrings, typically we won't make it and price it per each individual pair of earring. We'll be like, right now I'm making $5 earrings. So some of the earrings that I make for that batch might have cost me 75 cents to make. Some of them might have cost me like $1.50. But I'm like, right now I'm making earrings that I'm going to put a $5 tag on, and then if it gets much more than that, then I'll have an $8 pile. And it's like, so I'll kind of build up that way. Same way with pendants, is I'll try to keep myself within a certain amount of wire wrapping to be able to sell it for 10 or 15 or 20. And then sometimes I'll let myself go wild and sell it for like 200, because it's like days of wire wrapping. So I wish there were a more straightforward answer to give you about pricing, but it's like for the pendants that you made with the alcohol ink and stuff, you can kind of figure out how many pendants you get out of each bottle of resin and out of each bottle of ink, because you might use maybe no more than 50 drops at the most per individual pendant. So you can kind of figure that out. And then the trays themselves, if you order it per pack of 100, just take, like, if it's $5 for a pack of 100, it's like 5 cents a tray. Or I'm just making up numbers, I don't know if that's actually how much it costs, but so yeah. But again, not a very organized person, so I just make it up. Jody says she needs her laundry done.
Oh, yeah.
Randy just went, well. Oh, Laura. She says, I'm so proud of you getting organized. I've had a very good example for a long time. So excited that I caught you live finally, but in waiting room at doctor, I need to be called back. So I guess I just get to rewatch again. Bye, Cindy. Good luck at the doctor. Psychosis says, I enjoy your wire wrapping tutorials, make them so easy to follow and are very inspirational. Right on. Chainmail scarf, right? Dang, when I switched to my computer from the phone, it skipped like a minute. Uh-oh. Hey, Emma. You could make best friend necklaces with the avocados. That'd be really awesome. Oh, that would be cute, Bex. Did you AMX? I'm not sure what you're asking, Camilla. I missed my job. I loved it. I just never know from day to day how I'm going to feel and whether I'll be able to work that day. Pain sucks. That makes sense, Fawn. And that's get it done when you can. I would buy the avocado pendant with the pin in it. Okay. And I'd probably honestly be making the avocado just slightly larger than the earrings. What's up?
Okay.
What'd you do?
Nothing. I'm
Oh,
fine.
okay. I taught my sister the basic cross stitch, and a year later she was doing the extremely hardest patterns. Well, I'm still stuck on the basics. Funny how the little things like that, right? So we had the first week of the farmer's market on Saturday. We did half of what we did in sales in the 2 months we were there last year. Wow, Twisted, that's phenomenal. I call it journaling. Not only does it help me stay on task, but if I can't remember a task, I can look back to see if I did it or not, right? At the Georgia Ren Fair, your $5 earrings will be anywhere from $35 to $55 or more. Just saying, if you ever want to come to the Georgia Ren Fair. Amy, if they would have us, I've applied almost every year to the Ohio, the Tennessee, and to the Georgia Ren Fairs, as well as the North Carolina Ren Fair, and I never get in because they always tell me, they're like, we've already got a wire wrapper, we already have a leather worker, we already have a chain mailer, and I'm like, okay, I'll stay home in the air conditioning. So, right on. That'd be really cool, Laura. My husband gets so overwhelmed that he does nothing. Lisa, that's a really easy spot to end up in a really difficult spot to get out of. And so that's why I'm like, if 5 things is too much, pick 3, pick 1. Just because those baby steps. There was a Bill Murray movie. I can't remember what it was, but I just remember, gosh, that was like a lifetime ago that I saw this movie, but he was taking literal physical baby steps to get out of his apartment or his house or his domicile, wherever he was living. He was taking baby steps, just tiny little baby steps to get to the elevator. You have to kind of get where he's going. And sometimes that's what you have to do, is just baby steps, because if you're standing still, literally or metaphorically, you're not going anywhere. So,
that should work.
where do you buy your gems and stones? I can't find a place that's worthwhile. I get a lot of them on Amazon. I get even more off of eBay. Because on eBay, I actually buy directly from the suppliers. A lot of folks that I run into at craft shows and conventions will kind of be like, that's from China. And I'm like, yeah, it's from China because it's mined in China, because that's where this gemstone is from. But, so anyways, so I get a lot of them direct from the manufacturers on eBay. Best pricing that I've been able to find for bulk. And that's like if you need 20 strands of something, eBay. Fire Mountain Gems is pretty good too, if you can get that bulk pricing. Hey Blackwood, I have a bit of a strange question. Having your own business, what does tax time look like for you? I'm looking at my own business, but I have no idea what to do for taxes. Do you hire someone? We used to. But this year we did. We're trying something else. Because I'm tired of paying a ton of money to somebody else to do my taxes just for me to still owe a ton of money. Because with owning our own business, we pay state tax throughout the year, but we don't on federal. We pay that all in one chunk, and we kind of like save up for it, because sometimes one month we might have the extra money to pay for it. And it's kind of complicated. Not an accountant. Go see an accountant and get some actual advice. But what we do now is we use TurboTax Self-Employed. It's Intuit Self-Employed, actually, which I think are the same people who own TurboTax. And we track everything through that app. We tracked all of our invoices, all of our income, all of our expenses, all of our mileage, everything. It's like $12 a month and 100% worth it. And whether you go through TurboTax independently or whether you take that to an accountant, like H&R Block, or if you have like your own CPA that you work with or some other financial institution, they can take all of that information. We still also save all of our physical receipts, just for in case we're ever audited. We can be like, here's our shoebox, and like but no, I hate tax season. It stresses me out so much. And honestly, during the self-employed app has made a huge difference this year. Now we still owe like probably almost a tenth of an, like, just, I don't know. I feel like we get reamed with taxes, so I'm always worried that we're doing it wrong. But it's no different than whenever we were having an accountant do it. We were getting reamed then too. So, what is your ring size that you would wear a ring every day? Carol, I wear between a size 7 or 9, depending on how swollen my knuckles are that day. Are you live right now? I am, Patience. Hey. Oh, really? Am I super duper far behind?
Far back, like easily.
Oh my god. Okay.
Minutes.
Idea: peach earring / pendant, basically pink avocados. Yes, except for that they're gonna look like fuzzy butt cheeks on the back, which I like even better. So
They only sell in Georgia.
Yeah. I'm at Harbor Freight. How would you compare their dapping kit to Amazon?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Honestly, Harbor Freight catches a lot of flack, but on like hard tools like that, like stuff that's not electronic, get it. Like, you can have it right now and go home and play with it. Can you condition the clay by putting it through the pasta machine? I have fibro and can't squeeze it hard enough with my hands. Yeah, usually what I'll do, Nina, is roll it out with a roller a little bit just to get it, because you don't want to send the whole 1/2 inch block through the pasta machine. If you can get it down to like a 1/4 of an inch or like even a centimeter and then feed it through, you're going to have a much easier time. Now there is a product called a Never Need that's quite expensive, but totally saves your hands. Way behind. Yeah, I scrolled. Sorry. If I didn't answer your question, please repost it, but I'm trying to catch up. Do you go to the East Lansing Art Festival in Michigan? I don't, Sarah, but I'd have to check that out.
Never heard of it.
It's 26 pieces and $47. Looks the same. Right on. I know taxes can be stressful, and even talking about them kind of sucks. I'll definitely check with an accountant. Intuit Self-Employed, right? Yep. And it's you can use it on a mobile app, or like a mobile device, or on a computer. So, have you ever worked with UV LED cured resin? I have been a bit. I've been using this stuff, and I'll actually be featuring it in a tutorial in the next coming week or so. And it's pretty good. I like it for thin projects, like do a layer, cure it, do a layer, cure it. I don't like it for doing like thick stuff.
We are coming to Arizona.
We are coming to Arizona. We will be there the 24th through 27th. Did you answer my question about concrete on ice? I mean, glass concrete on glass. How do you make concrete stick on glass? I just got out of the doctor. Camellia, I don't really know. Ooh, for half helm. I don't know what that is. I will write it down and check it out. Okay. Come to East Lansing so I can introduce you to Tyra Barks and Abby Normal. Right on, Michelle. Okay. If you got some fuzzy felt, you could totally make a fuzzy peach pendant. Ah! Right? Okay. Have you seen the high gloss clear powder paint from RJ Crafts? I haven't. It's called high gloss clear powder paint. High gloss clear powder paint. Boop, doo, doo, doo. I haven't. How do I send you a private message? You can send me a message on my Facebook business page. Um, hey Emma, she says, how was your convention this weekend? It was really good. Like, we had a really good time. It's a little bit of a smaller convention, so like profit wise, we can't retire. But that's like every con nowadays, it seems.
That being said, it was still
Yeah, that being said, it was still a really good convention. We did better there than what we did at Anime Iowa, than what we did at VisionCon. But it helped so much that they hosted us. So Rachel says, ah, shoot, we had a fire drill at work. Oh no, I'm not sure if I missed it. Did you happen to answer my unprofessional event person question? I didn't. Could you repost it? You need to make Seattle or Portland. I need to show Randy what long hair and a beard can look like later in life. Honestly, I do kind of wish he'd be able to grow his hair out, but it goes so full afro and it itches him. And because I've seen it, it'll grow and then curl right back into his skin, almost like a boar tusk. So it's kind of a pain for him, but sometimes in the winter he'll grow it out a little bit for me. Afro. So, oh, Blackblood says, you're great, Vaughn. I really hope I get to meet up with you sometime soon. I'm moving into an RV full time in a month or two. Right on. We'll drive safe. What's your opinion on starting your own business since you started your own? It can be risky.
It can be incredibly risky.
Incredibly risky. You can do everything right and things still not work out. You can do everything wrong and things go swimmingly. Like, so there's no like guarantee. But I know that Randy and I both thrive in an environment where the harder we work, the more feedback we get. Like, I have never felt like we're working our butts off and getting nothing. And there have been like a couple of years where conventions just aren't going well, but it was still validating, it was still gratifying. It was just, we felt like we were working real hard and not really getting anywhere financially, which is kind of the point also. Like, I like being happy, but I also like having bills paid. And anybody who says that money doesn't buy happiness has always had enough money to keep their bills paid. Do it?
Has never been really broke.
Yeah, it's never been like super duper broke, because it's real hard to be happy when you're hungry or whenever the bills are getting, like, the stuff's getting shut off, whenever stuff's getting repossessed. That's a big happy hinderer. So it's like, it's risky, but I would recommend it because life's risky. That's just the way of things, and sometimes it's worth taking those risks. I'm not sure if there is a half helm, but that's what a lady told me. She thought that it looked similar to helm. Now, something that looks very similar to helm but could be considered possibly half helm might be dragon scale, because it looks like you do half of helm and then stack it kind of on top of each other. But Rachel says, no problem. I've been trying to sign up for an event and the people in charge are incredibly unprofessional, not prompt. How do you manage? Pulling my hair out sometimes. Rachel, I just wouldn't go. It's nowadays there are so many different events that you can go to that it's like, if they're gonna, and this is gonna sound very arrogant or misplaced confidence or what, but it's like, your time is precious. Don't waste your time on someone who is supposed to be hosting an event who's not going to give you the time. They're probably treating their marketing, their advertising, all of the different things that are going to ensure that this is a successful event, they're probably treating it with the same lax, unprofessional behavior, and in which case, what's the point of going? So, and that's one of those cases from a running your business perspective. You as an individual, as a business, can do absolutely everything right, but sometimes you just sign up for the wrong show where they didn't promote well, they just didn't put a sign on the door so nobody knows where it is. Psychosis asks, I noticed that you use Parawire a lot. Is that your go-to wire? It is. They are the bomb diggity. I love them. And that is not a sponsored statement, though if they wanted to sponsor me, that'd be cool too. But they do take really good care of me whenever I place like bulk orders and stuff. But and anytime I need like a sample, Joanna just mails it to me. She's great. I showed my fellow Starflower I learned from you and ran your tutorial while we made some more. Ah! And he did a great job. I may have to employ him now. Careful, that's a slippery slope. Randy started off just opening my rings for me, and now he weaves like all of our chainmail.
Mm-hmm.
And sounds so happy about it. Hey. Hey. Sorry. I have needs. I've always felt that too. Right on. Did you say you might be coming to East Lansing? I don't know. It's not currently in our schedule. Money isn't important. Attitudes always bugged me when I was growing up. I mean, money's not the end all be all, but in today's world, it is pretty like vital. And until you have a certain amount of it, like enough to get by, it's super vital. Bye, Jerry. You have a blessed day too. Happy May Day, Beltane, May 1st. Woo! Happy, hopefully it won't frost any friggin' more day. I sent a message to BTech on Facebook with a link to the video. Ooh, thank you. I went to the Ringlord website last night and fell in love. I may start doing some chainmail soon. Thanks for the link. Right on, Patience. That's what I was thinking too. My hub said something similar to that, but I'm too stubborn. LOL.
Sometimes you just need to hear from someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hearing it from an external source can be... Another con that I think you would make a lot is ASEN. It's a very large convention, almost 50,000 people.
Is that Chicago?
Anime Central. Yeah, that's up in Chicago. We used to do okay there, but they kept expanding the size of the dealer's room. And we actually do better at conventions that have around like 2,000 to 3,000 people than what we do at places like ASEN.
We made $20 profit.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And I was like,
and it wasn't just us though; it was like the whole row.
Yeah.
And that's something that to consider. This is some of that advice that I wish a younger me could have known. It's not always about the number of people who are there, because sometimes they nickel and dime the attendees so much through parking, through just it's an expensive area, so they're spending almost twice as much on hotel, on food, on all of their different travel expenses. So they're already coming into the door with that much less money to buy. In addition to, ASEN has like 300 vendors. Well, and it might be like between vendors, artists, and guests, but that's a lot of different companies for, you know, if everybody spends like $100, it doesn't really always balance out equally. So it's, Randy and I do really well at smaller conventions where we can do some one-on-one like this, and where I can get away from the booth and go teach panels, and where it's not just mobs of bodies going up and down the aisle. And it's like Planet Comic-Con up in Kansas City is like 3 football fields. It is like an airplane hangar of vendors, and it's just like it took 3 hours just to go up and down one row. And so, just not because we were lollygagging, but just because it was that packed full of people and that difficult to shop. And so more people doesn't always necessarily mean more profits. It just guarantees that you are probably going to be paying more for the booth space. And they are going to have bigger guests, but like we never do well if we're in the same building as Stan Lee, because he like, you know, how much money were they charging? It was like $300 per person to get Stan Lee's picture and autograph. Whew. So that's a hefty price.
That's a lot of beads.
Uh-huh. It was, honestly, Laura, getting to hang out with you in the booth was the best part of ASEN each year.
That's
so
how we decided, let's just...
Yeah, we were like, let's just spend this money to hang out together instead of doing the con.
That's why we went camping and stuff last year.
Before I forget, please check Facebook messages. I sent you a question a little while back. If you're able to, Mary, go ahead and resend it and bump it up to the top. I'm also writing a note, but it's really difficult because it's not good at organizing messages. Hey, Neverland. I was looking at the place you mentioned you use for jump rings. If it's the right place, they are in Canada. I'm in North Carolina. Is their delivery time very long? It can be. Here recently, like in the past couple of years, the Ringlord has actually started using USPS for orders under $200 and under a certain weight limit. So that gets to you like super fast. But otherwise, I usually budget for about a month, maybe sometimes a month and a half. They've never taken that long, but I just make sure to give myself that much space. Lightning asks, would you ever come to Florida?
It's so far away.
It's so far away right now, but if somebody wanted to host us, Like a convention was like, hey, come blah blah blah. We'd be like blah 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 blah. That'd be good.
Yeah,
We would definitely consider it. You should see the delay when they get snowed in. Oof. I think it's about 2 to 3 days when they ship. It takes a couple of days to get your order ready. I hope you do consider WindyCon. It's about 7,000 people. Right on. I can dig it. How far can you travel in your van? Is California too far? Yes. That is pretty far. It's usually, if it takes us longer than a day to drive there, we don't really go. Currently, because it's so much time and an extra hotel night and that much more in gas and food, and just it's quite expensive to travel. And it doesn't always have to be, but whenever we have our whole booth in the van, we can't fit our coolers, so we can't really pack food. So like I've got like jerky sticks and cheese sticks and stuff and like fruit, but it's still just expensive to be out on the road. Hey Tracy in England. Have you ever tried a microwave kiln? I'm thinking of making glass pendants, and they can get kind of pricey. It's supposed to work for metal clay. That would be so cool. And no, I've never heard of one. Microwave kiln.
sounds like Laura did good.
Laura did do good? What did Laura do good? I got the okay to share my summer gig with everyone. Queens College at Bristol Ren Fair, teaching history and crafts. Ah! Anyone in the Illinois, Wisconsin area should come visit. Yes, they should! Oh, Laura, congrats. Ringlord shipped USPS for a smallish order to Texas in less than a week. Right, and that's if it's a small enough order. But like I order my big bulky spools of wire from them, and those are the ones that I budget about a month and a half for. I was actually on your personal page. I can repost it back to the earth if it would be easier. Oh, Mary, that'd be so much easier. At this point, I almost don't even check my personal Facebook page anymore. I have gotten so many, because I leave it open to even people who are not my friend can send me messages, because not all of y'all are my friend on Facebook, just either because you don't really use Facebook a whole lot, or it's like, it's really not important. What's important is that I keep getting dick pics. Like, straight up just people's crotches. And I'm like, huh. So I've stopped using it. I've been getting video calls from people at like 2 in the morning.
Cool.
From people that I don't know. You know, much less like, even like, I'd answer the phone if my good friend Laura called me at 2 in the morning. But I would still be like, are you on fire? Are you okay? I hope you're okay. But
you better be on fire.
You better be on fire. And please don't ever be on fire without it being on purpose, Laura. Like, but it'd be like, why is this happening? But I don't like getting calls from people that I don't know. I don't like, it's like, especially not when I'm sleeping or trying to be sleeping, or a lot of the times it'll happen while Randy and I are recording, or it's like, and again, it's usually somebody's penis. So I've stopped using Facebook Messenger. I'm so sorry to everybody who wasn't showing me their genitals, that now you have to contact me on my Back to Earth Creations page. But that is the way for us to have conversations from now on. Like, it's official. Like, I'm not using Facebook Messenger on my personal page ever again. I'm trying to find a little place to buy the little drawers you keep your clay in. The problem is I don't know what they're called. Please tell me what to search. Fawn, I get mine from Walmart in the automotive, like, tool section. So.
Yeah, they're way better than that.
Cost to meet Stanley sounds about right. My friend estimated the price and it cost close to $400 for photo and autograph. Yeah. Yeah, and then you spend all the con waiting in line, which from anyone other than Stanley perspective, you're not shopping. So, look for the meeting today. Have you two ever been to Europe? We haven't. I really want to, though. Like, I think that would be the coolest thing ever. Fair enough. No, oh gosh, I'm so serious. And it's like, don't get me wrong. I love a good duck picture. But like I freaking hate that. I get that too. Sorry, it's supposed to impress me. The random pic of your junk. Oh, it's supposed to impress me. No, I mean, if somebody sent me like pictures of genitals and costumes, like if he has like a wizard hat on.
You're
like,
digging yourself.
Sorry, yeah, never mind. Don't send me. I don't know, kind of. If you do, don't be mad if I share it though. Like Show Bobs. Better the duck you know than the duck you don't. And the app crashed. Oh, sorry, it crashed super hard. But on that note, our hour's up. I've got to get back to work. But I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. I know, Rachel. Ah! It's like, no. Okay, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes and then we'll hang out. Or hang up. Yeah. And then we'll hang out. So. Sorry, Blackbird, that's hilarious. Okay, so last couple of comments. How was your week, sweetie? We still need to get together. Oh, it's pretty cool here. Like, we've been doing a lot of spring cleaning, like a lot of spring cleaning.
She means trips to the dump.
Yeah. We're cleaning a lot of stuff out of the house that it's like, we don't need to hoard cardboard anymore. And so I'm recompressing a lot of things down and just, I miss the all day hangouts, right? And it's difficult because I loved hanging out with you guys for like 7 hours, but it ends up taking me about 7 hours to get what would have normally taken me like 2 or 3 hours. So it's like, it's much more time efficient to give you guys my undivided attention and then give my projects my undivided attention. Ah, Aaron. The Amazon addresses for the glass capstones. Please not share no matter what kind of hat they have in the pic. Well, also keep in mind, patients, and this is something that I know I've mentioned before, but I grew up at a nudist camp. So the human body doesn't typically startle me or, it's like I've seen more naked people. Like, at this point, I've seen more dressed people than I have naked people. But for the first half of my life, more people that I saw were naked than clothed. So that was normal to me. So I'm not like, oh, what is that? I'm just like, that's different. But it's like, this. Come on, guys. This isn't the time or the place to be showing. I know you're proud, but anyways. Moving on, though.
You might want to go to the doctor.
Lara, she says, I disagree, patience. I love hats. Sorry, I just mental images of I'm just gonna take personal massagers and dress them up as little costumed outfits and be like, this one has a hat. Oh wow, I didn't know you grew up in a nudist colony. How interesting. Yeah, beautiful. Cedar Trails in southern Ohio is probably like my Narnia. And I know it's probably not the same as an adult as it was as a kid, but there's nothing that compares to running around naked in the woods and swimming and like tormenting frogs in streams. And I wasn't torturing them, I was just like staring at them and like poking them. And they were like, please just let me be a frog. And I'm like, poke, poke, poke. So, but it was empty for like most of the time, so. Hey Aaron, yeah, sorry, it degenerates quickly, the conversations do. So they really do exist, huh? Nudist camps. Wow, you're a super hippie, Bon, love you. Right? Well, I mean, we lived in tents for about 6 months, and then the cabin got built, if you can kind of call it that. I've got pictures of it somewhere, but it was a character builder for sure, but it was a lot of fun and the people were great. So, but I've never gotten over my distaste for tan lines. So patient says, oh, please share those pics. And there's no naked people in them. So, but it was a very happy part of my childhood. It really was. There's one near me called Whitetail. Right on. And honestly, everywhere is a nudist camp till you get arrested. That's a true story, Randy. I just learned how to make paracord frogs. Really? Oh, the latches? I thought you meant like frogs. I didn't know you could make those out of... Kilburn says that explains a whole lot. Getting to hang out naked sounds great to me, right? I heard Randy sigh over there. I think maybe that is not good legal advice. Oh, Laura. Well, and they can't catch all of us at once. So it's just like scatter and like just naked people. But no, as an adult, clothes are very utilitarian. They are a good thing. But it did help me develop a sense of that things do not define you. It's like things are nice, clothes are nice, but it's the value isn't in the thing. It's in kind of the service it renders. So anyone answer a polymer clay question for me? I can answer it, Andrea, and that'll probably be our last answer for the day, and then I'm gonna go be naked.
We got way too much
Plethora. Yeah, we do have too much stuff to do. I'm gonna have to get that video from Lauren. Oh, my bracelets keep cracking. I assume my oven is too hot or not cooking long enough. If anything, turn it down about 5 degrees on the thermostat, like on the setter knob, the temperature knob on the oven, and then bake it. I bake almost all of my stuff for at least 30 minutes, typically closer to 45. So that can really help. But do you do crafts naked? No, not anymore. I use my skirt to catch the beads. And it's just, and I'm usually recording, and you'll be surprised at what some shiny cabochons can catch in their reflection. So I learned on very early, gotta have clothes on. So that being said, congratulations, Ton, that's awesome. That being said, I hope y'all have a beautiful day, and I will see you all in the next video. So happy crafting. I love all of you. Bye, guys. Bye.